Hey guys, Scott and Nate here from PlayYourCourt.com, and today we're going to show you how to win more matches with the rule of 3. So guys, today, super simple video. We're going to talk about something I like to call the rule of 3 that just makes you play smarter tennis and win more matches. And the rule of 3 is actually really simple. The concept is put 3 balls in the court and let your opponent make a mistake before you try something super aggressive.
Can't be that simple, can it?
It really is that simple. And I'll tell you guys, honestly, I am more of an aggressive player. When I'm playing well, I'm hitting big serves, I'm hitting big forehands, but there's definitely certain types of players where I don't need to hit winners to win the point. If I can just be patient, I can put a lot of balls in play, specifically 3, they're gonna beat themselves. And I think you'll find really at all skill levels, there's definitely players where if you put the ball in play enough times, your opponents will do the damage for you and beat themselves.
Guys, I know this strategy seems really simple, but it works. One of the biggest mistakes
Works on Nate. I use it every week.
That's not true. That's just not true. Occasionally, it's true. But one of the issues is that in tennis, we have a tendency to press, and we've heard every major athlete talk about it. Agassi talked about it in his book about pressing was like the one thing that created losses in his tennis matches. And what is pressing? So a lot of times when we go by rule of 3, we're worrying just too much about what's going to happen on that 4th ball. Scott keeps 3 balls cross court, and I'm just so anxious that he's going to open up the court with this massive ball. I try to strike first, right? And this thought pattern is what creates these mistakes. And I think we can agree that it's the unforced errors and forced errors that create wins in matches. It's certainly not winners. So Scott's getting me to make more unforced errors by pressing, then he's obviously going to win the match.
Yeah, guys, I can tell you for players with a player court rating of 80 and below, 9 times out of 10, the person who wins the match is actually just the person who didn't beat themselves. So this strategy does work, really works well. You know, once you get up into that higher level, where you're playing at like a player court 85, you know, up into 100 range, or USTA 4.5 to 5.0, maybe you have to do a little bit more damage. But if you're playing at the rec level, use this rule. Put 3 balls in the court first. Let your opponent have 3 chances to miss before you try something crazy.
All right, guys, and make sure to mix these patterns up. You don't have to just go cross court. In fact, you can go right down the middle of the court. One of my favorite patterns is something I call the battering ram. You're going to knock down the door, right? So you're hitting the ball nice and deep. You can afford to put a little bit more pace and spin on it for the low margin for error. And what this does is creates a little bit of pressure on your opponent to create something, right? And what we said, we want them to press. And we all know that there's just not a whole lot of angle in the middle of the court, especially with a lot of depth.
For sure. And guys, I know this might seem like rudimentary instruction, and it is. Just 3 balls in the court, a lot of times, especially at the rec level, does enough damage, right? A lot of people will beat themselves if you just let them. So if you can just put 3 balls in the court, next time you're out there playing some matches, you know, adopt this strategy. Just try to get 3 balls in the court before you try something aggressive. Yes, Nate.
What if I can't get 3 balls in the court, Scott?
That's a great question. So if you're struggling with consistency, you can't get 3 balls in the court. I don't know, Nate. There's something called the rule of, what is it, 4x4?
4x4. So we have the rule of 3, and now we have the rule of 4x4. All right, this is super easy. Everyone will remember this, okay? So the 4x4 is aim 4 feet above the net and 4 feet away from the lines. All right, if we're trying to build consistency, one of the main things we want to do is make sure that we're not playing too close to the net or playing too close to the lines.
I love that. So take out all the risks, get the ball really high over the net, get the ball really far away from the line. You know, eliminate all the risks that cause you to miss, put 3 balls in the court, let your opponent, you know, stress out over trying to close the point out. So in summary here, again, simple instruction. Next time you're playing, put 3 balls in the court, let your opponent beat themselves. I think you'll find a lot of them will. So as you guys know, here at Play Your Court, Nate and I just want to see you guys improve your game, but we need to know more information about your specific skill level to give you some custom video coaching. Do me a favor, click the button below, the link below, answer a couple questions for us about your specific skill level. We'll then send you some custom video coaching based on what you need to be working on. Just click below and we'll handle the rest.